The strategy's been getting at least 20 to 40 leads every month for the last 9 months, including a $350,000 job at the Sale GP up in Auckland. In this video, I'm going to break down the exact lead generation strategy that we've been using that's taken this guy from 3 leads a month all the way up to 40 plus, allowing him to have some ambitious, confident growth targets that we've just discussed about a week ago. So let's jump right in. So before this, the guy was definitely in a bad spot, to be honest. It was midway 2024, winter, market was down, recession fears. He was paying about $2K a month on some SEO services where he was getting about 3 blog posts per month. And let's be honest, he didn't really want the blog posts. He didn't really want the SEO or the traffic behind that. He wanted the leads. He wanted the peace of mind knowing that his phone's going to be ringing and he doesn't have to worry about the next job. It was basically just working for himself with a couple of contractors. When the work came in, he could hit up the contractors. When the work slowed down, unfortunately, couldn't keep them around. Definitely hard to get good guys when the work that you've got is fluctuating. So here's a quick look at the website on Wix. Wix isn't a bad website. I've worked with clients in the past on Wix and we've got decent leads through, but it's not really about what platform you use. It's more about the actual site, how it's designed, the marketing strategies that you're using. So, I mean, the homepage is all good. It's not really targeting any specific keyword. It's not really going to be generating any substantial traffic. It's great for referrals. If people are typing in, SEO contracting, they're going to land on the website. They're going to see that he's got a legit business and they're going to inquire and probably going to go ahead. But for building out a solid pipeline, this wasn't really cutting it. So sure does earthworks, excavating, bit of concrete, bit of drainage, bit of earth moving, bit of retaining walls. These are the main things that people, if they're on Google typing in retaining walls Auckland or earthworks Auckland, these are the things that people really want to know about. What kind of retaining walls do you do? Do you do residential? Do you do commercial? How much is it going to cost? Do I need consent? What's the maximum height for a timber retaining wall? On the earthworks side, similar questions. Can you help with this project? Can you do bulk earthworks? Can you do cartage? What kind of price are we looking at for the earthworks job? Can you excavate? Can you do trenching? Can you lay my internet? Can you work with this other contractor who's doing the drainage? But on this site, like a lot of other websites that I see, all the information is kind of limited to this little box here, but I'll show you in a sec what we really want to be doing if we want to be tapping into cold traffic on Google. Like I always say, it's great having referrals and word of mouth. Those people are ready to roll, but you can't rely on the volume of the referrals. That's why you need to spread out your marketing channels, your word of mouth, Facebook, Google, SEO, ads, email marketing in some cases. I'm a Google guy. So before we jump into the changes, let's look at the results. So Auckland Earthworks, last 31 days, last month, we've had 41 leads come through. So yesterday on the 7th, we had Paul, Dominic, and G. They were all after residential earthwork services, anywhere from 25 meters to 100 meters. And this isn't a crazy month. This is just a consistent month. Let's pull up the last 180 days for this client. And you can see why he's starting to put together some aggressive, confident growth goals. So we've pulled up the last 6 months, which includes a slow Christmas period. We've had 153 leads. We've actually also been doing a bit of hydro seeding. Let me pull that up as a quick side note. Last 2 months, we've also been sending through a bunch of hydro seedings. We've had an additional 24 hydro seeding jobs come through. What we basically did was when we first started, we just set up a quick Google ad campaign. I wanted to test the waters to make sure, firstly, I could get leads for the guy. Secondly, he could convert them and see there's actually a market in the area. Luckily, it went well. And here's how we did it. So anytime someone's searching for earthworks Auckland, earth moving contractors Auckland, excavations Auckland, these are the keywords that are triggering to show our ad at the top. So here's a quick look at our ad. We've got all the headlines filled out, Earthworks Company Auckland. Someone types in Earthworks Company Auckland and then that's exactly what they see on the ad. That creates a dopamine spike with the searcher and they go, oh, that's what I typed in. That's exactly what I'm seeing. I'm going to click on that. Again, if you go back to people who are doing ads and sending everything to their homepage, you might type in Earthworks Company, and then you go to a civil homepage, like a civil contractors Auckland homepage. There's a cortisol spike. If you get the keyword right, the ad right, the landing page right, it's all a seamless process, and that lead's going to end up in your hands. So we've filled out all the headlines. We've got our structured snippets going. We've got some callouts going. These are just extensions on the ad to give it more real estate. Google's all about real estate. The more that you can dominate with the ad, having your Google map as well, having your SEO section, the trifecta, the more you're going to dominate, the more leads you're going to get. Let's have a look at the page that we're sending all this traffic to. Auckland Earthworks Company. Let's see if we're ranking number 1. And boom, there we are at number 1 for Auckland Earthworks Company. So just a basic website on WordPress. We've got the big quote form at the top for everyone to fill out. We've got some social proof with the social media profiles. We've got some Google reviews here. We've got a big phone number that makes it easy for people to fill out or call the business. We've got lots of copy on the website, everything you need to know about earthworks, land clearing, site leveling, trenching. People aren't going to be reading 2,000 words of earthworks copy. They're just going to go to the top couple sites, ring the phone number, fill out the form, and go with the best guy. We also built up some specific landing pages, so we're actually getting additional leads for some of the earthworks sub-services like swimming pool excavations, foundations. We've got some local pages like West Auckland, South Auckland. We've also got basement dig-outs. A basement dig-out job can be anywhere from 20 to 100K. So in terms of the actual value coming through from this system to the client, it's pretty easy to benchmark a rough figure. So average ticket price for the Earthworks, probably around the 15K mark to be very conservative. That doesn't account that big job at 350K job. There's been some other bigger commercial projects. Even 15,000 is a conservative amount. He's consistently been getting 30 to 40 leads a month. So let's put in 30, be slightly conservative. Profit margin's about the 25% for most of my Earthworks clients. And he's closing about 25% of the leads. So in terms of the value coming through, we're looking at about 28K profit, 112K revenue, 7 new jobs a month on autopilot. And that's very conservative. If we get this up to 25K for an average job, some months we're getting 40 leads. Close rate, we'll keep it at 25, but you can start to see the system really putting some money in this guy's pocket. So that's everything we've been doing to secure at least 30 to 40 leads a month for this Earthworks client, including that big 350K jobby. If you're curious about how we could deploy this system for your business, drop me a quick DM. What I'll do is I'll do a quick search, see what people are looking for on Google that we can get you leads for to put money in your pocket. And like I do with all my other previous clients, I guarantee at least 4 to 8 jobs or a full refund. Ideally, we'll get you a closed job if your sales skills are good and you're quick on the phones. Just go to my Instagram, go to my page, type up a message or just comment lead. We'll get a conversation started, see if we can help. You can go through some of the previous YouTube videos. We've got AJ Gates, a gate company in Auckland, who's been getting consistent 50 leads a month and been working with him for over 2 years. Also had Aiden, who quoted $2.4 million of work for decks and fences in Wellington over the course of about 8 to 10 months. Recently bought a house for his family. So thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it and look forward to seeing you in the DMs. Cheers.